Oops. There we go. That looks better. Time to check for the mic and risk a little feedback. There we go. That looks better. Time to check for the mic and risk a little feedback. All right. Mic check. Mic is clear. This is clear. That's clear. All right. We're clear to start drilling and cutting. And eventually sanding, and then gluing, and then I'm done. Little agua. How's everybody doing? Bump that up there so I can see chat. I got a bunch of these to drill up tonight, so I figured, what the heck? I like to show real times about how long it takes. There's certain things to do. All right, we're gonna let this cool down for a minute, so I'm gonna cut this in half. When I first started making pens, I did this by hand, then I discovered the portaband. This is the third portaband saw I bought. Really liking these Milwaukee M12 stuff, by the way. I got plenty of power for the size, and honestly, I'd argue it's got a little more power than the DeWalt stuff, the same voltage. I just need to grab some more saw blades for that. If you couldn't hear me, I said I need to grab some more saw blades for this portaband because it is getting dull. For this style, I got 6 of these pens to make. I'm doing 2 acrylics, which was the one before this and this one, and then 5 wood. And one other fun thing I'm thinking about doing You guys can let me know if you think it'd be worth my time. So I know somebody wants a couple of these. With pen blanks, I'm just kind of taking rough edges off. Just rough sanding them down so they look more rock-like. I'm debating about if I want to just sell those like that for like, say, 2 for $1 or something. I don't know. So yeah, might not be the most thrilling thing to watch tonight, but all right, pull that out. And the trick when cutting any type of acrylic, you want to minimize how hot everything gets. So all I'm doing is spraying this down with the water. All right, it's the last of the acrylics for this size. Just so you guys know, we got a whole bunch of stuff we got to get through tonight, so we got plenty of time for all this. Honestly, I might not even get them all drilled tonight. I'm already sleepy. Oh yeah, let's not forget to cut this off first. All right. Cannot wait for Monday, folks. Start a new job. Got out of a toxic one. Also just found out they might have lost the contract they operate under. I actually might have somebody call me from there tonight, and if that happens, I'm gonna have to mute this while I talk with them. Trying to find out all I can because I'm nosy. If you guys got any questions, feel free to throw them in chat. Otherwise, I'm just gonna randomly ramble. Who am I kidding? I ain't gonna ramble. I'm gonna do what I did for lunch today. Waffles. Just realized I'm not done with that. Why am I getting ready to take it off? Lock that in, lock that in, lock that down, and go. All right. I wish I had a wider view camera so you guys could actually see me just setting this stuff down off to the side too. Oh, I misspoke. I had 3 of these that I'm gonna do. Thought something was off. I don't know about you guys, but I really want steak. Might have to do steak for dinner tonight. I only got 3 of them left that I bought for this week. That's not good. That's not good. One of the cells blew out. 2 of the, yeah, that cell completely blew out. I'm gonna have to fix that before I forgot I'm drilling out these stupid honeycombs. So what I'm gonna do to fix that cell pushed out, another cell over there pushed out, but I was able to get that to go back in. If this won't go in, I'll fill that with super glue and mix a little mica powder in it. Yeah, it's not going to go in, so if I can get it out. All right. All right. Saying if you guys like videos of people screwing up, I got a good one getting ready to come out. Probably not going to be tomorrow because I still got to get it edited and uploaded. But all right. And if you want to avoid what just happened with these honeycombs, lots of lubricant. Just take your time, run it in, run it out. Now we're going to go back to wood where we can be a little bit more aggressive. And then I got to pull some info on a few of these others to see what other drill bits or what other pen kits I can use an 8mm on. Some of these I know you guys have never seen before because I've never done them on video. Like I really want to get my tanker pens done, which are really cool. They or did I not pull the tanker pens? Did I already do them? I don't think there they are. I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, like these pen kits are pretty cool. You've got, and I'm pretty sure I've shown the parts on here before, but I've never actually done the pens. I might actually do a video on these. I probably won't though, because it's discontinued. I can't get more. Like that's where your muzzle, that would be your muzzle brake, where you can actually see the pen refill through. This is where it screws into, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's a picture of it right there. But yeah, so you got that, so you can, yeah, then your tail cap, which looks like the main hatch to get in and out. Your pocket clip that's got the tank treads on them. I just think these things are cool. I've got 3 left, and when they're gone, they're gone. Because I don't think I can get more. I also got some that are based off something, an AR-15's platform rifle, but it's a pen. Those are pretty cool too, not gonna lie. I got 3 more that are available because a coworker ordered them, then never picked them up, so they have custom blanks in them too. A little sad about that, but he made his decision. Man. This is so much better than doing this by hand. Shoot, I just realized I meant to send a message to somebody before I started this. Because all I'm doing when I'm hitting that with the metal rod, I'm just trying to get that the sawdust that's in the drill flutes off, because I keep spraying it with water to help keep it cool, because a lot of what you're seeing is actually steam, not smoke, because I'm cool. It's part of why I like to try to keep it cool. And then if you spray it with water and smack it, usually everything just pops right off. I think I have this deep enough. We're gonna find out. This is a really strong piece of ebony. Usually doesn't take this long to cut. I might have to go raid my other saw because I think it takes the same size blade. Alright. Here's that one. I'm going to see if I can grab my other porta-band real quick because I think it's got a better blade. I know I saw it the other day. I just don't remember where I had it sitting. I think I just walked right past it. No, I didn't. I'm losing my mind. If it's not in one other spot, I'm going to just come back and keep dealing with what I got. Shoot. I could have swore it was right there. You know how this will go. When I finish up tonight, that's when I'll find it. And I really don't want to grab my mini chainsaw because that's just overkill for pen blanks. And I don't trust it to cut straight. Haha, here's my big one. We'll just go with Big Bertha. Let me grab a battery and then we're back in business. Forgot how heavy this big one is. And this big battery is only going to make it worse. Alright, I'm coming back. Now we get the big one. And I need to make a note. Once I get paid, I got to get more blades for this little one. I'm going to set it somewhere where it'll be out of the way yet visible. I got to figure out what size blade those are now. All right. There no new chats? This is the least glamorous part of making pens, right here. But hey, if you do this right, that's when you get to make fun stuff like that. All right, that junk's loose. We got that. Let's get up to speed and drill. That's the first smoke I've smelled. Yeah, we got that nice and hot. Pull this drill back. Have that. Chat check. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them out, because I am more than happy to answer questions as to what all is going on. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep waffling along like I do a lot. And if you were here at the beginning, let me know if you can tell the difference in speed. I don't even have room to run this with where you guys are at. This is going to be fun. I might have to move this boom. Poof. We're going to try this one more time, and if it's still as awkward as it was on the last one, this might just be too big. Yeah, I'm going back to the little one. I'm going to keep that one handy for any other hardwoods if this thing doesn't have the teeth to cut it, because that's just too awkward for me. I don't like bumping camera rigs. Not that it's going to do any damage, I just don't want to make anybody unnecessarily seasick. That's normal too, by the way, the thing popping out. It's just a friction fit that sticks in there. Which ironically is actually how pens are held together. Friction. Very rarely do I ever have to glue a pen together. Some kits I have to. I ain't listening to that. But some kits do require a little bit of glue to hold together. Other ones are pretty good. All right. Yeah. So I think this is going to be the last round of pens until I get some other tubes in to get the rest of my fountain pens ready. And when I get order those tubes in, what I'm going to do is just a single round of fountain pen, or a fountain pen run. I don't know what word to use. Words are hard. And by the way, when I got my finger in there, all I'm doing is pushing this against that plate, because then this doesn't go flying. I do the same thing when I cut the longer ones. All right, last one with that. Just checking chat, don't mind me. Like I say, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away. I promise I don't bite that hard. I'm still planning on doing our Sunday live too. I get doing this and then I get lonely, and sometimes it's, if I can get, you guys want to hang out and chat, or even just know when people are watching that are interested in seeing stuff. If you want me to shut up, just say the word. I also have an ASMR playlist where I basically don't talk much except at the beginning of the video, so let you know what we're doing, and then I quit talking. All right, don't need that. That's definitely not the right size. Line EDC. I don't have. Okay, I don't have blanks for those. I know that's a 3/8. That's not an 8 mil. That might be, but where's my book of pen kits? This is the problem when I clean. I move stuff, then I forget where I put it. I think it's on this thing now. Ow. I don't see it there. Again, I ain't gonna take long looking. It's a whole lot easier just to have it printed out in front of me where I can open it up and look at it than it is to try to pull stuff up on my phone, because it's just, I'm weird. I like to be able to hold something where everything's opened up. I think it's on the table. I moved over here. Watch me be wrong though. Yeah, I was wrong. And that's 7mm tubes. If I had some spare 8mm, that's actually the size I need for a couple things. It's not there, it's not there, it's not on here. It's not under there, it's not on top of there. Found it. It's between a couple cutting boards, that's why I didn't see it. So I got some boards back there that needs a little bit of attention. So, you guys think I got enough pen kits that I have offer? In all honesty, some of these have in fact been discontinued, so some of them need pulled. Like this Tony, they don't make it anymore. But the trim line, exact same pen kit. So, all right, I need. Shoot, I don't have info on that. I don't have that one. All right. You know what? I forgot. What size are these big bends that I need? I think it's a 10 mil. We might be done with this 8mm drill bit. I would not complain. 10mm. All right, so that's a 10mm. I also have a bunch of seam ripper and scissor kits that I'm going to be working on, which is these. I actually nearly got wiped out of these last year in the first day and a half of the show. I was like, holy cow. All right, it takes a 10mm and an 8mm. So I got a bunch that I need to do with 8mm, so we got to go pull kit for that. So I'm going to hang on to 2 kits that I'm going to leave untouched, so that way if anybody has any custom colors they want, then I can have 2 available on hand. You know, no, I'll order a few extras. I'm not doing shows for a while and I just want to get stocked up. All right. We got that. I need that tube for length, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kits to make. I'm gonna use my no. All right, there's 5 blanks pulled thus far. There's 8. Sorry, I'm not bringing you guys over here. It would take way too long to move everything, and then I move too fast anyway because I'm like frantic. I'm almost to the point of spastic movement right now because I'm just trying to get this done. The fact that I'm just tired and doesn't help. All right. So we got all those blanks. All right. I do have a lot of wood, a regular colored wood. That's why I went with a lot more of the fun colors. All right, we got that. I need a pen, and I need... Where's my other drill chuck at? There it is. It's buried. All right. So when I have two different size tubes where it requires two different, I have two different chucks I use. That way I can just, I'll mark them all based off of one. And the way I like to do this, I take the bigger one and do last. So that way the smaller one, if I go into the bigger tube, I don't mess anything up. You want about an 1/8 inch past where the tube stops. That way you have room to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have room to square everything off, and it's not like so tight that you're taking actual length off the brass tube. With these you have a little bit of leeway, but yeah, it's still, I try to not do anything too crazy lengthwise. And the rest of these I'm not marking because I don't mind sanding off that much extra. It's just a simple matter of making sure that I have enough material on both sides to cover what I need, which is really nice when this happens. So just so you guys know, this is all dyed wood. It's also stabilized where they actually, like the pink that's in this, they dyed the stabilizing resin pink and then used a vacuum chamber to pull all the resin using capillary action through the wood's natural grains, how it would move stuff around its whole body naturally, pulling it up the tree. It's kind of cool when you look into it. But yeah, so we got this. All right, so I need this to about there, and then we'll cut that in half. And then switch our drill head for the other tube that I need this cut for. This is why I always like to verify everything before I stop. And again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to throw them in the live chat. I'm more than happy to answer questions and do all that fun stuff too. All right. And all I'm spraying on these is water. One of the best things you can use to keep steel drill bits cool when you're working with acrylic, because if you get this too hot, it'll actually splinter. And like even with all the friction right now, this is completely cool to the touch. It doesn't, not the least bit warm on the outside, which is what you want. And then we just cut this on our mark. For these, I try to hit dead center on the mark. Get down a little bit. Rotate that, and then just take it all the way through. All right. And then we got the bigger hole right here. that out, put that in, relock that down. I apologize for the squealing. I can't always control it, but I do try to minimize it. And there's that. That's our first one done. I just knocked a blank off my table. Gonna grab me a quick drink. And yeah. All right. All right, maxed out. I don't like that buildup on there. If you guys ever get into any type of lathe work, invest in a good pair of whelpers. And when I say a good pair, you can grab it in Harbor Freight. You don't need anything fancy. They are worth their weight in gold. You can use the part to pull your welding tip off. It's perfect fit for almost every bushing I've ever used. And then if you're doing something like rings and they get stuck, you got the nozzle plier down there, where you can actually grab a hold of stuff and really torque it if you need to. You got your regular wrenches, basic pair of wire snips. I do like the ones with the spring-loaded automatic openers too. But yeah. All right. Pop this in, line that up. Get this, get that. Somebody texted me. One of my buddies having a random thought. Sad thing is, this is what I'd be doing if I was here alone today too. It's about the same pace I hold as well. It's always a good idea whenever you're switching out, always make sure you're keeping that drill bit wet. Gives you cleaner holes, cuts faster, you're less likely to mess up material. All kinds of added benefits for just keeping it cool. Just before you put it away, make sure it's dry. And honestly, if you know you're not going to be drilling for a while, it's not a bad idea to spray them down with a little WD-40 too. saw one other thing. These blanks I'm working on now turn really pretty too. When they're done, it's beautiful. I'm glad I grabbed a few extras because I've got one more that I'm going to put into a pen probably, if not on this batch, on the fountain pens when I get those taken care of. And by the way, if anybody does do any drilling with these, if you get that buildup on the end like that, spray it with a little water, give it a second, and then just crank it with a pair of whelpers or something. It breaks right off. It takes like no effort at all. Because when it gets hot, it gets really soft and malleable. Plus, it'll burn your fingers. It gets wicked hot quick. Alright, sorry, I had a message I had to send real quick. Alright. It is cool. I don't have any that are turned out here, but yeah, it's pink, black, and green, I think it is. They look really good when they're done. There's the spray bottle. All right. Two more of the resin, then we're on to the dyed wood. Woohoo! Resin does get tired after a while, or tiring after a minute. Let that spin up. There's no fire hazards here, my man. All the steam you're seeing coming off the drill bit's just that, is steam. When acrylic gets hot, it's more likely to crack and shatter before it'll get too hot to actually combust. And the fact that I've got almost all the sawdust up and away from my lathe makes it even less likely. I've had wood nearly go up, but not resin, or acrylics, resin. Any type of plastic I just refer to as resin sometimes when I'm doing these. Might not be the right word, but it's considerably better than it was, and it's only a little bit around here right now, because that's because I was working on tops the other day. That was hot. Caught the drill bit with my thumb. All right. Spray that. Break that loose. Grab this. Swap that. So I was double checking chat because I've got a tablet over there that's easier to see. There's something else I was just gonna do. What was it? What did I need to do, chat? Oh, I know what it was. I'll do that just as soon as I get this done. All right, I gotta lift this up. Flip this around. All right, I'm gonna pop this tablet up here so I can see it a little easier. That way I can actually, so I almost missed the fire hazard one. Because once I get it on the lathe to actually turn it for the pen, it comes off with a tool anyway. If you want, I can glue one up and actually change that over here in a bit. So it'll take a little bit of time for the glue to set up fully. Or I'm sorry, to cure. Wow, I know words today. Holy cow. Words are hard. All right. Plus some of these are stuck on there so well. I think they put them on when they're hot and it like fuses together. Now, let's not be stupid. Swap that around. You know, I never thought about saving the trimmings from the drilling. That's actually not a half bad idea. I just might do that. I know I have a basket around here somewhere. I'll pull these out of here and just use this for now. I got some wood I'm getting ready to do too, so that one doesn't get too mixed up together. And by the way, I got a few more magic rocks too. If you know, you know. All right. They're one of my buddies that watches a lot of these streams. His daughter likes to collect rocks, so they found a few that blanks that they thought she'd really like. I made them more rock-like. Kind of sad. I don't think they make this blank anymore either. All my favorite ones are going away. Oh well. It's all part of doing this kind of thing, unfortunately. My own blanks. Let me see. All right. So some of these blanks, I don't know how to get the color gradient to stay separate. Like where you see the white line stays in there and you get that perfect swirl. I don't have any way to be able to do that in my shop, and I haven't been able to figure it out when I have tried it. I do have another friend who also makes and sells his own blanks, which I'm grabbing a few as I talk, just to give you guys more than a few color options just to see the kind of stuff he makes. So these are all different blanks that he makes. Again, if anybody's watching this, if you're a pen turner, check out Crosscut Creations. His stuff is fantastic. I'm actually in the process of clearing out a corner of my shop right now and getting ready to get a forge because I do want to start bladesmithing. And I'm actually an old welder and just got a new job as a metal fabricator, which I've done for years as well. So I'm getting ready to start incorporating some more of that. And I just needed room to be able to do it safely. Because I do enjoy pounding metal, I won't deny it. I thought I had another one of those. Okay, I only got one of that color then. But yeah, that's the one thing that stinks about not having a 220 outlet out here either. I got to find a decent welder that'll run on 110 and then get all that stuff put back together. And then actually practice with it, because I was a welder for about 2 years, then gave it up because too many of the senior guys in there sounded like they smoked a pack of cigarettes every day for their entire life and never smoked a day. But then I got older and realized, yeah, if you get the proper respirators and all that, it'd be fun. But can't say I've thought about trying to make the corrugated ones, but it's also not out of the realm of possibility of me saying one day, I'm gonna try it. But I do like the way the metal honeycomb looks better in there, for the simple fact that you can actually see it. And for those of whom that may not have ever seen what I'm talking about, I got these where it's got the metal honeycomb pattern in it. I got some tie-dye ones too that look pretty cool as they get turned up, but They're a little pricey to buy, but it's yeah, it's worth it. If I could find some metal honeycomb like that, I'd do it in a heartbeat just to say I've done it. But then you also got to worry about blowing out cells, which is just a nightmare. I apologize for the squealing. I can't help it. But I am trying to minimize it. I didn't get that drill bit too hot at all. It's not as necessary to use with wood. And actually, I'm going to slow this down for the wood too. Where's my mark? There it is. I hate how they tape these too. Just makes it harder to deal with. Yeah, it's because the blank isn't square. It had a curve to it as it, I noticed it when I put it on. So that'll cause a slight imbalance, but the shorter I get it, the less likely it is to keep going. I know I'm going to slow this down, but I'm going to speed it up so I get this where it's pre-drilled clear, because that'll help keep it clean, or I'll clean it out and re-center it. That's a hard one. Machine-wise, it's definitely my lathe. I don't know what it is, but I just love throwing something on here, getting everything tied in, locked down, and then just grabbing a tool and being able to come in and do what I need to do to shape it. Yeah, that's honestly really hard to answer, because I enjoy making stuff. I don't really care what I'm working with, because if I've never used it before, it's just a new challenge and something new to learn. Like I've got some rings that I've got a silicone rubber curing in right now that I'm actually going to have on the lathe Saturday afternoon, because I got to do some work with those. And because part of that's a secret, I can't go into too much detail right now. It will be in the video that's coming out soon, because I'm pretty sure the person that's for is might actually be watching this. You mean for like a vape? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Mr. Has no name. For the record, I say Mr. because I actually know who that is in real life. Yeah. But yeah, batching stuff out like this is how I get stuff done as quick as I can. And let me tell you, this is also the hardest part of what I do, guessing the colors of what people will actually want. I'd be leery of that. I've seen too many things or too many studies where resin's been proven to have toxic chemical and residue left in it. So if it's in there, they've probably been through a lot more testing. But I don't know if I would trust casting resin for anything that gets hot. I don't know how hot those things get. But that's just me. I'm on the more conservative side of stuff like that. Knock some of that out. Get back up in there. Most exotic, I'd probably say ebony or African blackwood. And it's all in pen blanks because that's where I can afford to buy it to actually work with it. Because I mean, actually a little bit ago, I was just drilling out some, that's ebony right there. I don't think I pulled any African blackwood yet because I'm actually really low on it at the moment and thought I was out of ebony. So I bought an extra pack of ebony, not African blackwood. So now I've got too much ebony. And to look at them, they look visually almost identical. Where did those go? Those don't go over there. But yeah, so that's what happens when you rush and forget your list and don't have self-service in Amish country when you're buying more supplies. That one's a lot smaller. All right. Okay. Can you let me tell you I don't vape without telling you I don't vape. But yeah. There we go. Man. I'm pounding through the water today. Glad I got 2 of those out here that are full. I have no source of ethical ivory at this time. Not that I haven't tried. But I think I know where I have something that's similar to it. As I trip over a propane cord. It's not that one. I need my other little green bucket. Where'd I put it? because I was just going through some stuff the other day with my girl, and she found it. I forgot I'd even had the crazy thing. Where the heck is my little bucket of cutoffs? Is that it? There it is. Found it. Grab it. I'll be back in a second. Dang, that's a whole blank in there. I need to go through this thing before I... I'll just grab... Yeah. So, I don't need that random blank I just found. But these are both synthetic ivory. It's designed... I'm not even sure how they make it, but they make it to be very realistic and imitate the feel of real ivory very close. So I might have to try that ivory and ebony idea. That sounds like something that'd be really cool. There's a museum in Amish country near where I live in Dover. I think it's Dover. No, it's Sugar Creek. It's called the David Werther Carving Museum. Yeah, sorry. But, yeah, it's actually where his grandfather, who has the museum in Dover, that's the one I was thinking of. David's actually at his almost every day. He carves model ships in exact, depending on the size of the ship, depends on the scale, but he does perfect scale replicas of ships out of ivory. It is some of the most amazing work I've ever seen. I actually go through that museum at least once a year. It's to the point where he remembers me almost every time I'm there, and I almost always have a group of people with me that's never been there. But I think I have it right here. I knew I had it close, but I also have a nautical pen right here. I'm actually thinking about making one of these and giving to him just because why not? Plus, I figure if I do something like that, if he wants me in this gift shop, it might be an easy in. But I was going to use something like that for it. But yeah. Alright. Close that up. Hope that answer wasn't too complete. Alright. Swap that back around. It's gluing the tubes up that takes forever, which is another reason why I'm trying to not do that on cam, because that's going to be boring as heck. But like I said, if you guys do want to see how I actually glue everything up and do all that, I am more than happy to throw a few together real quick. Because if you do, I'll probably do the first 5 pencils I had. Then I just got to find the bushings I need for that, which I don't have pulled yet. Oh, that's what fell. Earbuds. Don't care about earbuds falling. I try to avoid pens like that for the simple fact that I don't want to get any cease and desist letters. Sorry, I just had a random thought. So once I start getting checks for my new job, there's a handful of pen kits I want to grab and start stocking up on too. Like one of them, I just saw there it is. One of them is this Celtic style, which, by the way, this blank is actually how it'll look. This is how they look when they're done. Might not necessarily have all the same markings in it, but that's the general concept. Since I had the green crystal, I had to do the green because green's my favorite color, so why not? But I definitely want to get some more of these done. I saw some that have, I think they said it's called American Patriot or something like that. It's got American flag on it. Bald eagle and flag on the pocket clip. Those look cool. I mean, I've done colors that could be representative of Marvel, like red, white, and blue, or I don't remember where I put it. Oh, it's not a pen blank, but I have pen blanks like that match it. I also have that green and purple for like Joker. So there's fun stuff like that. And I have done stuff like that as well, and they usually end up looking pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Especially that green and purple, I really like it. I'm not overly fond of Joker, but I like the color scheme. You're gonna cooperate, Hole. If you ever have a hole that won't cooperate, feed it in slow, crank your speed up. It'll do wonders for your ability to recenter something. Alright. Now we just need to cool this bad boy down. Yeah, look at that steam. But yeah. Man down. Ugh. I need to put this back there. So I'm just rearranging how I have everything set up here, so I got room on my table for everything. One of these days I'm going to find a wide angle camera I can actually use for this stuff, so when I'm doing things where I'm doing more movement, you guys can actually see everything. Heck, I might even start doing some ASMRs like that too once I get it. Justify the purchase a little bit. Woo! That's smoke. That's what it looks like when you get a blank too hot. This is also wood, so fortunately this stuff's more likely just to smolder because of the resin. And as wet as I have everything from spraying it so much, I doubt anything will go up today. That's even warm. That's always fun. It might have a little bit of color in it due to the fact that it's dyed with resin, but some of that earlier, or the last one I just did, was also smoke, so the resin definitely changes the color. Same with the dye. I don't know why these bits all of a sudden do not want to cut. I don't think I ever heated anything. I'm also at the point of a lot of my drill bits actually are at the point of needing resharpened or even just replaced because I've sharpened them too much. And that's what you call not fun. That's why it caught. It was breaking through the very end. That's a trick for impatient, sweaty people too. I just grab it tight, push it straight in, and let my body weight do all the pushing through. But it still gives you a nice clean hole. As long as you know what you're doing and you're not being stupid aggressive and jerking. Jerking around is the biggest thing, or jerky movements is the biggest thing that'll actually cause that even mid-cut to cut an angle. All right. Now I need to pull up the next ones we are going to work on. And I actually have a booklet for it, because I'm pretty sure it's still 10 millimeter. Yep, 10 millimeter, and we're going to be doing the semi-automatics. So for those, I like a lot of camo. So we'll do 3 of those. Urban Digital for 1. I wish I had another thing of Urban because I've got 2 silver ones that Urban looks amazing with. But the last couple times I've tried buying it, I haven't been able to find it. Yeah, we'll go with this Urban with blue. I think that'll look good. So for these, it's just the 10 millimeter. I didn't grab enough, right? No, I didn't. I'm one short. So we'll go with the Desert 3. Here's that. We should be done with the 8 millimeter. So that one's done. That's what I need. I need a tube and I need a marker. So now we just mark these to the length I need to cut. You know what? I actually only need All right, folks, Urban Digital, let's get you a better view. Urban Digital, or the blue with, or Urban with the blue in it, because I can get both of them the same length, and I don't want to cut up both of them if I don't have to. So then I'm going to pull this one, this one. No, we'll leave that one. That's 2. That's 2. That's 4. We'll do those 2 for the other ones. All right. So one last time before I start drilling these, Urban or blue? Because part of me wants to do one of each, but I also, then those blanks are shot because I can't necessarily do anything else because that particular pen kit's also, shocker, been discontinued. All the ones I like are going away. Set these off to the side for a potential future bowl. So if you're just joining, I'm drilling out a bunch of pen blanks tonight, just trying to get set up and ready for the next week. I really want to try to get the rest of the pens I've got ready, done. I just had a thought too. And I am outsourcing opinions whether I want to do this or this for a pen that looks kind of like an AR-15. It's a pewter pen, so it's either one's going to look great with it. I don't think these green ones would look as good. That was hot. I was referring to what I just bumped with my thumb for the record. Oh, there it is. Just realized I was missing a tube. Was like, what the heck's going on? All right. No new chats. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Honestly, one of those might end up being mine too, because I really do like that blue blank. I think it's going to look amazing. I don't keep many anymore, but once in a while when you make them, you make one that you're just like, I just don't want to give up. Dump that in a bucket because my basket's already full. Reverse, start. Oh, it locked up. This is what happens when it gets too hot. Sometimes. There's absolutely nothing holding this back right now. There we go. All right. Forward would help. Ow. All right, pop that on, that clear. All right. I cannot wait to be able to, or till I can afford to pay for this service. So I'm planning on doing that and then being able to stream this to Twitch as well, just to see if I can get any more, or see if I can get a bigger following. And it'll give you guys higher def streaming. All right. One more blank, one more blank, one more blank. Then I got to pull up the info for my carbine ones. The carbines are a little more hunter style. So like the digital camo won't look as good with it. Perfect. Oh. Thought I didn't realize I grabbed rollerball kits. I already like it based on what I'm seeing. Folks, I might glue a tube in this one. I very well might glue a tube in this one as soon as we're done. All right. All right. We're going to let this one dry, and I think I'm going to throw a little glue in it. If we want to do any pens tonight, I think this is going to... Ooh. That is wicked loose. That shouldn't be that loose in there. Do I have a wrong tube? No. I don't know if that blank's usable. All right. Sometimes if it wobbles a little too much, it'll open the hole up too much. So we're going to try this on the clean end. Crank our speed up. Turn that off. All right, I think we're all the way through. We are. All right, let's try this again. You see how wide that is around that side versus that? That means my drill bit wobbled in the middle. That blank might have just got ruined. So now I definitely want to see what it's going to do. So we're going to take a little bit of thick glue. I'm sorry, thick CA or cyanoacrylate, also known as super glue. Spin the blank on. Get it set. Grab some activator. And that just sets the everything it comes in contact with on the outside in about 5 seconds. And then the inside will have to dry off, or it'll have to still have to cure, which still takes time. But All right. Now I got some carbines that we need to get done, and I know those are in my book. That was one of my favorites right there, the Enterprise. Discontinued in my first couple months of pen making. Atlases are fun, Faith Pen's fun, mini sketch pencil we are started with today. Full size, I have one left to do. Elegant Beauty and chevrons are gone. I can still get vertexes. Felt tip I'm pretty sure is gone. Sedonas I can still get. Some ones we just finished. Tank Twist, Bolt Action. Magnum Bolt Action, Mini 30 Bolt Action. It's got to be in here if it's in here, it's got to be. I might have flipped past it, going a little too quick. You guys can't tell I do a lot of shows with rednecks. Is that it? That's the police. I might have to pull this up on the net. I need to get some more of the 30 cal and 50s too. Those are usually fun if you go to gun shows and stuff. I just finished a bunch of glaciers. I'm not up with what Berea Hardwoods has available right now as well. That should all be slim lines because I remember putting these. That's just weird. All right. American Bladesmithing Association. First thing my phone opens to. Can you tell what I'm excited to try? All right, Berea Hardwoods. Throw that there. That's a really cool one. I made one with a blank. One of the few blanks I cast myself. Hopefully no inappropriate pop-ups come up because I'm just surfing the net. I didn't know they had that. I need to get some of those. It's very similar to a kit I used to get called a Pluma. They use real short blanks, and it's great for getting rid of short scraps if you've got any. They have the medical. Wow. I'm not going through all that. Carbine. It's gonna be really funny if they discontinue this and I have to go online to find them. I'm gonna laugh really hard if I have to do all that. Maria Hardwood's carbine pen. It heard carving. Assembly instructions. And then it deletes off everything I said. Hardwoods, carbine, pen assembly instructions. There we go. All right. Letter V. A letter V. Show of hands, how many of y'all knew that drill bits also not only come in standard and metric, but letters? Show of hands. I don't see any hands up. All right. These are all my drill bit pen making drill bits, sorry. And the third one I grabbed was the letter V too. And for the record, it does in fact have a letter V. I don't know if this is high def enough for you guys to see, but it is. And for those, because it's more of a traditional style looking carbine type deal, like a 30-30 or like a hunting rifle, we're gonna go heavy with walnut. Walnut should be, I thought it was over there, but apparently it's not. So we got some walnut. I don't remember how many of these I have. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we got 6 of these. All right. And that's all the longer of a tube I need. Sorry, I'm just double checking this. And about had a heart attack when I saw 19 on the current viewers. I'm not used to talking in front of that many people. I might get stage fright. I'm kidding. I actually know what I'm doing. So it's where I can get over that pretty quick. So we'll cut there. There. All right, if I do that, it'll be a lot closer and I can get 3 out of 1 blank. I got 6 total. I'm trying to think of what else is traditionally used as a old school rifle stock besides wood. Oh, we'll get these drilled out, and if anybody else has any ideas, feel free to throw them out, because if I don't have it, I can probably get my hands on it, except for things like antler. I have no good sources for antler or bone right now. Everybody I've asked either doesn't have any or wants like $20 for a 3-inch section. I'm like, I'm not paying that much for a piece of antler. Sorry, I just saw some of this acrylic shavings I wanted to save, so I was just grabbing that. Wow, that's bad. Okay, you got that. My saw fell, of course. Don't enjoy the view too much. All right, second line on the left. Oh wait, second start to the right, and straight on till morning. There's 2 separate movie references there. If anybody gets either of them, it would make me happy. And if you get the one I'm thinking of, I'll even be even more happy, because that just proves there's nerds here. Or I'll start throwing out words like Chappa I just to see if anybody gets it. Oh man, I am so ready to go through. Get my grill lit up and get some steaks thrown on it. Get some potatoes prepped up and ready. All right. Lego PS1? Did they make a Lego PS1 set? I need to know this now. Where's my phone? You better not be messing with me. You better not be messing with me. I didn't have a PS1, I had a PS2, but my aunt had a PS1 and the thing was so much fun. You better not be messing with me. I'm looking it up right now. Okay. Right now it's not officially confirmed by Lego, but the leaker who reported it has been accurate with most previous Lego releases, so collectors think it's likely. So they have made an NES. I didn't know they made an Atari, and I do know for a fact they make the old school, original, first gen Game Boy. I have it in my house. I play Super Mario on it regularly. All right, I'm thinking camo, even though it doesn't really match the old school rifle aspect of that. But it's also got like a shell on the front of it, so I don't think it'll look too bad. And if it does, then hey, they'll sit for a while. All right. I need to I put my tube away without finishing. Ain't I smart? All right, that should give me enough room. And whenever you got a situation like this where I can only get the 2 blanks cut out of one, what I like to do is just cut the excess off so I don't have to drill through it. Because then I can either cut that down to be something like a magic rock for my buddy's kids, or yeah, I'm also saving a bunch to throw into a giant resin bowl, hopefully by the end of the year. Which means I need to come up with one more that'll look good. I think I have it. But I'm actually going to do a little wood turning to prep this one. Because there's one aspect on it I don't know. I'll see how it looks before I make up my mind on it. So to all the newcomers, feel free to say hey in chat. If you got questions, feel free to ask. I promise I don't bite too hard, considering I try to keep the stream kid friendly. So to date, I don't think I've ever sworn in 3 years of doing this. I don't do a lot of random streams. They're usually only on Sundays, but I got a week off since I'm between jobs right now, so I figured what the heck. Although based on what I'm seeing tonight, I might actually start doing every Thursday. Not gonna lie, I kind of like seeing peeps. Water to cool down my drill bit. All right. I got one more to do after that. And shoot, I don't have any of my... I'll deal with those later. I'm pretty sure they're 3/8 though. Some of my paperwork's missing and I don't have new pens in my book. Because I might actually sit tonight and go through and grab all the new pens, reprint everything, relaminate it all, and use the new binder thingy I have, so I'm not using the old school. I don't even know what it's called. Because I do like to have a hard copy of stuff I'm working on hand. I wish that piece of Purple Heart wasn't in there. I gotta have one that's darker woods. That should work right there. I broke it. That was a good shot. All right. All right. We're going to do some real wood turning now. Well, that made that easy. I was wanting to have a little more color in it, but that'll work. By the way, that's called a parting tool. I use a lot of them when I'm doing honey dippers and stuff, which I also need to get a lot of those done here in the very near future too. Oh crap. I forgot to turn the speed down. I am not a good example of how to, what the appropriate speeds are to use for lathe work, by the way. When I'm using my wood lathe, it's basically all out. One of the guys I learned from says he turns like a scalded cat. This is a very apt description. And released. Lock that down, pull this in. And I know I don't have any others that take a letter V. All right. I need to get this put back in there. Get those split through there. All right, I do have one fountain pen we're actually going to do tonight. It's called a Clarion Demonstrator. Bear in mind, we're not actually doing any real wood turning on any of them, but it's a clear body pen. I think I need a 12.5 millimeter. I think I know which. I think I can eyeball it. Yeah, 12.5 millimeter. But yeah, they're pretty cool actually. They've got clear body like that, so you can see your ink and kind of it lets people see how the insides work, and they're kind of cool if you want a talking piece. I tend to use them a lot if I know I'm going around people that might be interested but maybe have never seen the insides of one. All right, so with that, folks, I can open this up for it. We're gonna salvage this one. It's also why I like to hang on to longer cutoffs, because sometimes if I have a pen like that, because I am planning on ordering a few more. And let me grab the tube real quick. It's like all these cutoffs. I can use that. I can use that. Those two are too short, so these ones might get cut down even further to go into that bowl. Some pens do take shorter tubes as well, so it all depends. I'm also getting ready to start using credit card pens, which are the exact length of a credit card, generally. They're pretty dang close to it. And then, sorry, I just read chat and lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, because the shorter ones, it allows me to use blanks up, so I don't have to cut them down. Because, I mean, I pay anywhere from 4 to, I think it's 14 or 15 per blank this size. So yeah, I try to use as much of them as I can. We're going to turn that up. I've seen people do that, and they do look cool, but if you don't get the right colors together, they look absolutely terrible. And everything has to be perfect 90s to get everything to look right. It takes a bit. And I've heard bone turns pretty well. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder, so it's hard on your tools, and you just gotta constantly be sharpening. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging with me because I know it's dull to watch, but ow, this is the stuff that takes me forever that you don't see, because usually, like if I'm doing a pen turning live, all this is done, everything's glued, I just throw it on and go. But unfortunately that wasn't an option today, so all right, that's a Vertex. I'm pretty sure it's a 3/8 tube, and I might have the booklet over here. So if I can't find it real quick, I'm just going to pull it up online. I had a few I just set down over here. I was going to throw them out until I realized I should probably hang on to them until I know for sure I'm clear on them. Raw metal rollerball and fountain pen. That was a fun one to make. Rollerball fountain pen. All right, no Vertex quick pen booklets. You know, I forgot I got these Virtuosos that need done too. This is another discontinued pen that these blanks go to, which I should have everything I need right there. Might do one of those to end this. Not that I'm quite ready to do that yet, so I still want to get through this tanker pens. Yeah, I want to get these one second, let me get this looked up real quick. We'll see if ChatGPT can pull it up quicker, because I usually type it in there, and while I'm looking for something else, it'll give me what I need. All right, I got 3 tankers. We're definitely going to be doing camo with these. Definitely. It takes a 3/8, which is good because I'm thinking these other ones do as well. And then I got 2 click pens. Oh. I just found 3 more of the carbines. Gotta love living near high school. Kids in their souped up cars thinking they're so cool. All right. For that there, 3/8. All right, so we will do those 3, 6 more, and then I'm going to change the lathe over, and we're going to finish up the night with an actual pen turning or 2. I don't have the kits out here to be able to do the final assembly on the live, but I can always post photos up later on. It'd be really funny if I didn't have my 3/8 in this box, or if it fell. Is that it? That might be it. Nope, 25/64. A few of these drill bits I can usually eyeball real quick. Right there it is. Because my 3/8, I actually use a 3/8 bit I pulled out of a DeWalt kit. Lock that down, put this back. All right. All right. So I got chrome, gunmetal, and satin. Well, the chrome I know is going to look fantastic with a piece of ebony. I've never found a good one to use with satin. It'll break my heart to turn this, but I'm thinking that for the chrome. Do that with chrome. Gunmetal's too dark for a black wood, so no ebony. Ooh, I got it. Use one of these. And then for the satin finish, I'm just not sure. Let me grab a piece of it so you guys can see what I mean by satin. Something like that. It's not shiny. It's just a hard thing to match. And my girl was telling me she feels like it takes the overall value down when I use them. But at the same time, I know some people like the coloring. Heck, I like the way they look. It's just a matter of finding the right color to put with it. I had an idea, but I don't know if I have any more of the blanks. I could always do some shredded money with it. I don't think that looked too awful bad. I don't think that looks too terrible at all. We're going to use shredded money. This is decommissioned U.S. currency cast in resin, by the way. So when I say shredded money, it's literally shredded money. All right, so we got this. Let's get these marked, cut, and drilled. This is going to be a really pretty one too. Red, white, and blue. Gotta love them. And all of these will be long enough for me to, if I get some more of those demonstrator, when I get some more of those demonstrator fountain pens, because there ain't no if, I am ordering more in the near future. I can use those to for the cap on those. All right, we got that, we got this. I'm getting my head back in the game. Sorry for the delay. Oh. I thought I was out of this. Abalone quartz. These things look amazing. That might go on one of the click pens I have. Once I get through everything we've drilled tonight and get everything else ready to rock and roll, I want to see what all I've got left, because I might have enough to justify another round. All right. All right, no new chats. And let me know if you guys do want to actually have me turn a pen tonight too. Because I'm more than happy to do it, believe you me. I've had these two blanks sitting here for way too dang long. I just threw that comment in chat because when it goes quiet for a while, sometimes it's hard for me to tell something new comes through. So I do that from time to time just to help the all noggin be able to keep up with everything. Where did I put that tube? That's not the tube. Did I already mark it? I didn't. I marked 2 out of the 3. I feel like a genius. I feel like a genius. I feel like a genius. Pretty sure I didn't mark it. I just can't find it. All right. This is making me nervous thinking about this. Let me grab some thin. That should cure quicker. Of course, it doesn't want to go where I need it. All right, I'm just gonna let that soak down in. Cut this out, drill this. 3 camo blanks. And if you guys do want to see those pens get turned up, feel free to let me know in the chat, because I am definitely more than willing to do it. Let me set these blanks over here too, because they get a pretty cool feature to them. Or did everybody just leave? If everybody left, I ain't gonna turn nothing. All right, there's that. I got one other thing I want to see real quick. Oh no, these 2 blanks. Yep, it worked. So that's a moon rock, and that's called an asteroid. You can see how well they glow. I don't know why, but I love putting these into pens. I also have a few seam rippers that have the same blanks in them. I just think they're cool. But yeah, so all right, I need I know what that is for. All right. Let's grab this one, and this one. All right, we got our last 3 to drill. All right. X, X, X. All right. There's that. Woo. Lots of people jumped back in. All right, folks. So current question: when we're done with these are the last 3 I have to drill. you want me to change the lathe over and actually turn a pen or two real quick before I call it for the night? I might do it either way. I haven't decided yet, but I also like giving you guys a chance to say, yeah, we want to see it, or no, we want to see more drilling, because I have a lot more to go. Plus, all of a sudden, I just got super hungry. And I do have a steak in my fridge right now calling my name. This steak's having to light charcoal it. What is it? 8:30 at night. Slow that down a little more. It's quiet now. They left the live chat. All right, there's that. All right, folks, I think I'm going to hold off on doing the turning. We're just going to drill this last one, and then I'm going to be a cat in a hat. And that'll be that. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're about ready to say, have a good night. I'm about ready to go grab me some food. And with that, I'm going to say officially cat in the hat, dappy dat. We'll see y'all later. Be safe, have fun, keep making, folks. By the way, I appreciate the applause. It makes me feel better. See y'all later, folks.